Ma'am, I want to say that I want to give notice to reserve all my rights and inform the court that I'm not here to testify or plead. I'm here to make a special appearance to challenge the jurisdiction only. I would like to see evidence of the affidavit of the people that I've hurt. This is a victimless crime if there's no one that I've hurt. Objection hearsay. Objection hearsay. I'm not a sovereign citizen.
Today's courtroom gets absolutely insane. A man gets pulled over for speeding, but instead of just paying the ticket, he walks into court ready for war. He starts reading straight from the sovereign citizen playbook, claiming the court has no authority over him. The craziest part? He keeps insisting he's not a sovereign citizen, while using every single argument they're famous for. The judge looks completely done with it, and you can feel the tension building in the room. So what do you think?
Mr. Robinson, are you here?
I am here representing the name, ma'am.
All right, you need to start your video, please. And you are, is it Tremaine or Tremaine?
The name I'm representing is Tremaine.
Tremaine. And how do you pronounce your middle name?
J.
Tremaine J. Robinson.
On and for the record, ma'am, I want to say that I want to give notice to reserve all my rights and inform the court that I'm not here to testify or plead. I'm here to make a special appearance to challenge the jurisdiction only.
All right, anything else?
Yes, I would like to see evidence of a charging instrument.
Were you not given a copy of the
Sworn affidavit of the client, of the person that I've hurt.
Now, this is a speeding ticket alleging that you did on March 27, 2023 at 8:48 a.m. operate a motor vehicle in Butler County, Kansas at the speed of 92 miles per hour when the posted maximum speed limit was 75 miles per hour. So this would have been out on the Kansas Turnpike, Highway I-35. Now, what else were you wanting to know, sir, as the allegations against you?
I would like to see evidence of the affidavit of the people that I've hurt. This is a victimless crime if there's no one that I've hurt.
This guy seriously believes that without a victim, there's no crime. Let that sink in. He's standing in court arguing that he can't be charged for speeding because nobody was personally harmed. But that's not how the law works at all. Traffic laws exist to protect public safety, not just punish harm after it happens. The whole point is to stop dangerous behavior before someone gets hurt. You don't need a victim for a charge like speeding. It's about preventing potential harm to everyone on the road. But sovereign citizens like this guy cling to the idea that the system only works if someone is directly injured, which is a massive misunderstanding of how the law actually works. So what do you think? Does this guy really believe what he's saying, or is he just trying anything to escape the ticket? Let me know in the comments. Now let's jump back into the courtroom chaos.
Well, the victim would be the state of Kansas in that you violated the laws enacted to protect the people of the state of Kansas, but this is not the type of crime which would require or have individual names listed. So your next point, if any?
My next point is, as I stated, ma'am, I'm not here to testify. I'm not here to plead. I would like to see the affidavit with 2 signatures for the person that I've hurt. If I didn't hurt anybody, there's no crime.
All right, well, I'm going to proceed. The subpoena was issued July 7, 2023 for Trooper Collins. Then on July 31st came a correspondence from the defendant as referred to by Mr. Regier herein. Looks like it's about 7 typed pages, and as counsel said, it's entitled Challenge for Jurisdiction and addressed to Butler County District Court Clerk, Butler County District Court Clerk, Office of the Attorney General Derek Schmidt. And it mentions subtitles under the following case law. I request case 2023 TR 1193 be dismissed. pretty much standard language that is used by folks who call themselves or are considered sovereign citizens. Quote, it is on this date, July 27, 2023, I, Tremaine J. Robinson, it's Tremaine-J, Robinson, in the county of the Seminole of the state of Florida and a zip code, a natural man, attorney in fact, as a living human being who's the beneficiary of Tremaine J. Robinson trademark. Swear that the information in my sworn statement is truthful to the best of my knowledge and understanding. I, Tremaine J. Robinson, beneficiary of Tremaine J. Robinson, revoke my signature on any and all pages of any and all tickets, summonses, contracts, and or agreements signed by the side of the road in the state of Kansas by Officer Collins K. And so here we are. Now, Mr. Robinson, normally I would be upset that you filed what appears to be in part a motion for discovery and you didn't get that. However, you did not address that document to anybody but Butler County District Court Clerk Traffic Court, Butler County District Court Traffic Court. You sent one to a P.O. box in Topeka, and then you sent a copy of it to the Attorney General. Discovery.
Ma'am, I do have a tracking number that says it was delivered at the Butler attorney.
Okay, well, that's not on file. What you want to present that at this time?
Yeah, someone signed for it yesterday.
Did this guy seriously just say he sent his discovery request the day before the hearing? Come on, man. It's pretty obvious what's happening here. He's trying to get out of his speeding ticket by claiming he mailed a discovery request at the very last second, hoping it'll somehow delay the case. But that's not how it works in court. Discovery requests are supposed to be sent well in advance, so both sides actually have time to gather and review the evidence. It's definitely not something you throw in a mail the night before and expect the whole case to stop. So either this guy is desperately trying to stall the process, or he genuinely has no idea how court proceeds.
And this document that I'm giving the benefit of, it's a multi-subject document, but this document filed by the defendant that I'm giving the benefit of including what he offers as a motion for discovery was not filed with the clerk until July 31st. So that was after the statutorily required 21 days. And then it was not filed upon the prosecutor who would have, or the witness who would have held any evidence, but rather again on Butler County Clerk in Topeka, Kansas, that to my knowledge doesn't exist, the Butler County Clerk in El Dorado, and Attorney General then Derek Schmidt in Topeka. And that's if it was served, if I take the defendant's benefit of the doubt, that it was saying it was served sometime yesterday before today's 1:30 trial, the court has to decide if that later time was reasonable, and I do not find that it was reasonably served on the county attorney. I am at this point going to say that any last-minute motion for discovery is denied, and we are prepared to go to trial. Now, I've lost you, Mr. Robinson. Are you still somewhere available?
No.
What are you doing there with your computer?
Right now, I was looking for a document, but no, I am not available for trial.
At this point, I honestly can't tell if this guy thinks he's a genius or if he's just completely clueless. Either way, he's about to run straight into a harsh reality check. The way he's acting in court, refusing to show his face and throwing out snarky comments like he's got everything figured out. It's almost like he's asking for a contempt warning. But here's the thing. The courtroom isn't a game. It doesn't matter how clever you think you are. When you act like that in front of a judge, you're only digging yourself into a deeper hole. And somehow he still insists he's not a sovereign citizen, even though he's showing almost every sign of one.
We're going to proceed with trial. So please put yourself back in front of the camera. Follow the court's order, or you could be found in contempt. I don't want to do that. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, in that particular case, involved a sovereign citizen, where the court noted in the memorandum opinion.
Objection, hearsay. Objection, hearsay.
Case law is not considered hearsay or.
I'm not a sovereign citizen.
All right, he's not a sovereign citizen. Go ahead, Mr. Regier.
Yes, Your Honor. In that case, the Kansas Court of Appeals noted, quote, the defendant thinks the law does not apply to him. He avows that he, unlike other citizens, is sovereign and immune from prosecution. The court went on to address the issue of venue, which the court noted that, quote, venue is generally proper in the county where the crime was committed. I will address that momentarily. As well as that case, quote, complaints that his objections to the trial court's jurisdiction to prosecute him arise from the claim that he is a sovereign citizen. This is not the first appellate court to deal with such a claim. Another panel of this court used analysis of federal case law to reject a similar claim. And then quoting from Seventh Circuit and Eighth Circuit cases, quote, an individual's belief that his status as a sovereign citizen puts him beyond the jurisdiction of the courts has no conceivable validity in American law. Regardless of an individual's claimed status of descent, be it as a sovereign citizen, a secured party creditor, or a flesh and blood human being, that person is not beyond the jurisdiction of the courts. These theories should be rejected summarily, however they are presented. And with that, I would respectfully call my first witness to the stand.
All right. I do find that this court has jurisdiction and venue to proceed, and the arguments made by the defendant.
And just like that, all of his genius work from that 7-page document is completely gone. Honestly, it's hard to feel bad when none of it was actually based on real law in the first place. I got to admit, though, this hearing has been pretty entertaining. Watching the judge calmly shut down every single one of his arguments while he stands there convinced he's written some kind of ultimate legal manifesto. It's almost surreal. But the judge isn't even slightly impressed. Not a blink, not a pause, just straight through the nonsense. The reality is, the arguments he's throwing around are pure fantasy, nothing close to legitimate law. Sovereign citizens love bringing up these strange legal theories, but they almost never hold up in a real courtroom. And honestly, I can't tell if this guy is just completely...
And did you ultimately write the defendant a citation for speeding?
Yes, I did.
Or an annual redirect? No further questions.
All right, Mr. Robinson, this is your opportunity to cross-examine the trooper. You can question him about his testimony. It's not quite time for you to give your own testimony, so these addresses to the trooper have to be in the form of question. You don't have to question him, but you can. Would you like to?
No.
All right. Mr. Regier, any further evidence?
None from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. The state rests then, Mr. Regier?
The state does so rest, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson, the state rests. They have presented all the evidence they intend to. Would you like to present any evidence? Again, you don't have to. Your silence will not be used as a sign of guilt. But if you'd like the court to consider your position, I'd be happy to do so.
I don't understand.
Well, do you want to tell the court your version of what happened?
No.
All right. You don't wish to present any evidence then. Am I understanding you correctly?
The evidence that I tried to present, you won't give due process.
Okay. But do you want to give any testimony about the events leading up to this ticket, March 27, 2023?
No.
All right. Well, I will find the defendant guilty. So 108. The total due will be $195. Sir, you do have the right to appeal this proceeding. You can appeal it to the Kansas Court of Appeals. You have up to 14 days to file that notice of appeal. Your appeal bond will be in cash, the same as what your court costs and fines are. That's $195. Can you have this paid, this fine and cost paid in 14 days, or do you need some time?
I'll follow appeal.
And there it is. Our so-called sovereign citizen suddenly doesn't look so confident anymore. You can almost see the moment it hits him. The plan didn't work. He really thought he was going to walk into court, throw around some made-up legal jargon, and somehow make that speeding ticket magically disappear. But that's not how reality works. When the judge gave him the chance to question the witness, that was his one real opportunity to fight the case. Even a few simple questions might have helped his situation. But instead, he just froze like a deer in headlights, watching his entire argument fall apart right in front of him. Now he's talking about appealing the $195 fine, but honestly, I have a feeling that's not going to end much better either. You can't ignore the law and expect everything to go your way. It just doesn't work like that. So what do you think? Did this guy genuinely believe he was going to win? Or was he setting himself up for failure from the very beginning? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching this courtroom chaos unfold, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more crazy courtroom moments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.